My fellow Liberians, despite our diversity, we are a united people, a great and noble people. Through the strength of our unity and the resilience of our determination, we have begun to rebuild a ravaged country and have survived 2 deadly health crises. Our people have stood together as one united people, ready to face the future. Whether you are a fisherman of Grand Cru and Sino, the hunters of Grand Jide and River G, the farmers of Lofa and Bapolu, the Gola and Vai dancers of Bumi and Cape Mount, the hospitable people of Bassa and River Cess, the warriors of Maryland, the miners and explorers of Nimba, the merchants and traders of Bong, the welcoming people of Magibi, or the melting pot of Montserrado. We are one people, Liberians. We have a great challenge and opportunity ahead of us. In unity, we will rebuild this country as a shining example in Africa, demonstrating the power of a determined and united people. Our economy and our national budget will expand and grow like never before. We will improve the lives of our people and put smiles on the faces of our citizens. I promise you that together we can and will do the job. A new day is on the horizon. The time for babysitting is over. God bless you and God bless Liberia.
Come on, Denzaya. Daddy, my business, you catching fever. Getting serious like empty river. Ain't no stopping by the river. And as we coming, we sweeping, recruiting, we moving all the way. Yeah. We coming, yeah. We gotta be coming. As we coming, we sweeping, we coming. Anywhere we meet obstacles, we gotta be coming. Yeah, you watch it coming, yeah. We coming. We better be coming. When the year is me, they checking you again. Gazupo akoa. ABC kicha. ABC kicha. C'est 2, c'est 4. Coming. We better be coming. They are my song. We coming. We better be coming. C'est coming, c'est faux, et à mon tour, sans vous verrez un habit coming. Everybody's talking about a maker, and it's an coming up at everybody's talking about a maker, and it's an when the year is nearly checking you again, from the shadow of the river to the peak of the mountain, we coming, yeah. We better be coming, and we coming from the epistle to the shores of the shepherd. We better be coming, young guy, you are the we coming, yeah. We better be coming. From all the way, my putu to the peak, I want to kiss it. Say 1, say 2, say 3, say 4. Come here, we coming. We better be coming. We coming. We better be coming. We coming. We better be coming. Everybody's talking about a maker, Elizana, come here, but I came on more. Everybody's talking about a maker, Elizana, come here. When the year is nearly checking you again, Gazupo Akoa. And when it comes, nobody should hold me. Everybody's celebrating as I'm dancing to my right and I'm dancing to my left. County, pass up to Riverside, hey, all the way to Bone County. From Nima County to Granchida, River G, sign of Maryland and Grand Crew County. Lova came up bombing and Bapo County. We come in, where's our big coming? They are my two songs now. We come in, where's our big coming? Say coming, say for they are my two songs. Where's our big coming? C'est 1, c'est 2, c'est 3, c'est 4. Come here! That is gonna be come here!
Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Monel Kishen, aka the General. I'm sorry for the 2 days or what? I don't know. I'm a psychiatric. I'm missing days now. But anyway, I had a little stuff to do. But let's see, guys. Ooh, I'm excited. I'm happy. Let me put it with happy. The first thing, if anybody on here watching me and you one of the haters, I would love to dedicate this show to you. And I would love to dedicate this one to you. Boo. 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 Listen to me, guys. You know one level some of you. Small thinking warrior. I know y'all love Mr. Cummings. Y'all want to see Mr. Cummings president. Mr. Cummings will be. The Liberian people will vote Mr. Cummings whether you like it or not. We're not talking about you. We're not talking about the one that will not vote for Mr. Cummings. We're talking to the one that will vote for Mr. Cummings. You understand? I know y'all listen to the report. What do you expect? What do you expect from people like Henry Costa? What do you expect from the group of UP? People who accuse Mr. Cummings. People who hate Mr. Cummings with passion. People who are so corrupt. Blackmailer, child molester, pathological liar, or betrayer, or criminal. What you expect, Liberian people? You expect for Dillon, Mo Ali, Costa to talk about this report? Look, let me tell you. The first thing, Mr. Cummings' integrity is like this, and their integrity is like this. It's like this, it's on the floor, it below, beyond, underneath the floor. They can never be trusted, and nobody will trust them. Their leaders are corrupt people. The leader of the ALP, he's a criminal. The standard bearer, he's a criminal. He's a killer. He's a what any kind of actor I think you have to describe him. So what you expect his supporters to do? What do you expect, my people? Don't let all the nonsense, but we want to show them integrity is something that you don't joke with in life. When the last time you saw a politician telling you you can take your presidency, you can take it, but my integrity, I would not allow you to mess it up. I would not allow you to damage it. Tell me, none of them. They say, oh, the Mr. Cummings money. What was making you vex? Let me ask you, if you're watching this show and you're a hater of Mr. Cummings, what was hurting you? That your money? That your money? No. That not your money. That Mr. Cummings' own money. He rather paid for somebody who the entire world know and they respect them to clear him than corrupt people in Liberia to take bribe. Because he could bribe and get away if he want to. But let me tell you guys something. You guys will eat your words. You will be so disappointed. I see some of you, it is shameful to see young people who you think that the future of Liberia is in their hands, lying publicly. Oh, Mr. Cummings' friends did a thing for him and this and that. To hell with you. To hell with you. That's your business. Whether you believe it or not. But one thing I would say, bravo, Cummings. You have put the government into a situation. And I love the post that Patrick Honor put up. I love it. I love it. Not all the people in UP are desperate. Not all the people in UP are corrupt. They got good ones. We know all the corrupt ones. Like the Secretary General of UP, he's corrupt. He's on salary. They pay his rent every month. And we know exactly what's going on. So he's corrupt. He's a liar. He lied on the oath, but he's not a Muslim. He's not a Christian. You understand? It is a shame to see young people. But we sometimes say the old people damage the country. No. This generation, the ones then who, you know what really pissing them off? What really hurting some of them is because they see the way the guys in this government stealing. The way the young people putting themselves together, they stealing, they building houses, it pissing the UP guys then off big time. Some of them were assistant minister, they didn't do nothing. They ate their money all went in Red Bank. So they imagine, say, hey, we can carry the woman, I can sleep. We'll steal too. No. Even if we don't want UP, if we don't want George Weah, we can't carry UP. And still, let me tell you something here. And save this video. Maybe George Weah might not contest the election. We know Nathaniel Magay and other, he's the rank leader. He's the one controlling Joma Jala. He's the one controlling Serena Sifos. He's the one pushing all these things, thinking that they can slow Mr. Cummings down. But you see, God do things for the better. Gradually, they will fail. Let me start with the first child molester who got the biggest talk show, who got pictures all over the internet that playing with people's children. Now, his tone is not like before. So, people, when you read a post, you will understand the post is a shameless post that you got no choice, but you must say something. You must say something at least. So they will say, oh, yes, because you know, he still got some his stupid followers now. He still got some followers who are Saka. Yeah. The wizard waza. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? So they plenty. They plenty. Let me tell you guys something here. Let me show you guys something here. A man who don't have shame for himself. Who don't have shame for himself. If my picture will ever go on Facebook in a nude form, I would never come on Facebook. I would never ever. You see, like thing like this. You see? You see? This is this guy, this dude here. This dude. There you right there. You see? Okay. You see? That's him. So tell me about men like this. Shameless thing. Looking at a decent man. They don't know what they call integrity. They don't know what they call honesty. You betrayed Liberians. You put young Liberians at risk. You put their lives on the line just so you will steal from the government. You stay in the pockets of Nathaniel McGill. You stay in the pockets of the government. How will you criticize the government? How? How? Tell me. You would never criticize the government, my brother. And trust me, come 2029, your ambition for any political office, I doubt it. That even you will even, I don't know how you're going to manage it. Because by then, Liberian eyes will be open. Liberian eyes will be open. We will kill you people with integrity. Integrity will damage your life. If you lack that integrity, your political career will be over. Will be over. Your political career will be over. It will kill your dreams because we know you. Mr. Comey can spend 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. That his money, that not your money. Don't get vexed. Don't vote for him. But the Liberian people, we believe in the Liberian people. We don't believe in the corrupt Liberian people. We don't believe in the unpatriotic Liberians. Whether you're lucky or not, I'm not here to sugarcoat nobody. I'm not here to convince you. You already voted for Joe Boakai, you vote for Joe Boakai. The people who are going to support Mr. Cummings will support Mr. Cummings. That's why they tell you in the election, you need 50% plus one. They're all over the place. What you expect, ANC people don't get mad, don't get vexed because I've been receiving calls all day. Why we're lying here to talk? There's people saying this. Listen, that's shame. That shame got them. If they say they report not correct, let them go bring another, let them bring their own. Let them hire another people, another group. And this government went and hired Crow, brought foreign firm to come and investigate the $16 billion. Although the people gave the report, but the Liberian government turned the report around, they interpreted it the way they want to. Yeah. Just what they want. So don't let it move you. Don't let it move you. These are the people who damaging Liberia. These are the people who glorifying corruption. These are the people who pretending like my friend. Listen to me. These are the same people. Look, do your own investigation. Don't rely on us. Sometimes we give you information, you think that the information is wrong. This wonderful document, last year, Mr. Boakai was sitting in 50/50 studio and he talked about it. Mo Ali was in 50/50 studio, he explained. He went on Spoon, he explained. Mr. Ure explained. All of them explained. Now they get Guana tongue. Guana get 2 tongues. Now they lie on the oath. Shameless people. Mr. Cummings is the lion. It's the real lion, not that other fool. Not that other one who blackmail people, lie that where Jion sue him and will raise $20,000. Bunch of criminals. So what's the difference? It's shameful for Liberia. Liberia is just a laughing stock. It is. The Liberian people will either keep weird or go forward. But one thing I know, Alex Cummings is the next president of Liberia. It's on the wall, it's clear. Where have you ever seen opposition fighting opposition? Opposition conniving with the ruling party, chasing after one man? It never happened in Liberia. It never happens in Liberia. But you know, as times go, things change. Because they can't fight commies at the ballot box. They can't make it with commies at the ballot box. Commies will defeat them any day, anytime. Commies is smarter than them. He's richer than them. He's intelligent than them. He got everything. Liberian people, it is time that we try somebody who got their own money and they need to steal from you. How Benaire got rich from Liberian government? How George Weah got rich? Liberian government. How Mr. Bwaga got rich? Liberian government. Every one of them, Liberian government. That is why giving the guys any chance to steal. Every one of them afraid of commies because they will not see their way. They embarrassed because the other young ones with George Weah, they have taken enough for themselves. So for them, how are they going to manage? Commies, you're too strong, man. Commies is powerful. The Liberian people will vote Mr. Commies come 2023. Come 2023. Nothing you can do to Commies. Commies is protected under the blood of Jesus Christ. So some of the so-called pastors that don't even know, you might be a pastor, but my faith is stronger than yours. My prayers are powerful than yours. Yes, you can be behind the pulpit because I pray a genuine prayer. Mr. Commies is now wishy-washy. He's not in the juju and the other side. But you people are so stink with medicine. Medicine, stink with medicine, stink with everything. Well, let me say this to Liberian people. I'm done with this BS. I'm done with them. I'm not going to waste my time on them. I just want to, that's my intro for the day. That's my intro for the day. Some people are shameless people. From the Darius Dillon down, they are pathological liars. They lie until even there is no other way. I wish there's another way that would define lie or something more than lie. But they lie, they hell until even devil refuse to come out. That's how they lie. That's how they lie. You listen to this guy said, you know, someone sent a tip to me. NEC came out with the right paper, the right document. The one that the NEC commissioner carried was the fake one, but she did it on her oath. Liberian people, how many times you're hard to learn? You're hard to learn. You know, when people die, they don't want to die by themselves. They want to die with other people. They have tried. They started with black voting. They started with fingering. They started with whatsoever and whatsoever. That is why Uncle Joe came about with this. This. You see it? That's what he came up with. Because he's, you see the baby? This is a baby girl. You see how she bent her face? Yeah. I wish you can put out on Facebook. Ain't nothing. Nothing can stop it. These are the kind of human being. Perverts. Sleep with anything. Sleep with anything that the people who won't run for office in Liberia. That the one who you say your hero. That when he come and visit you in your own house, even your cat, you must make sure you put something on a cat. These are the people. Useless people. And you sit there and you follow them. Listen, it is your right to follow whoever you want to follow. But don't let them take you to hell along with, don't go to hell with them. No. Because they receive money every day. When Nathaniel Maguire came here, he went to DC, he received $2,500. I bet you now we can bring a lie detector, you will never deny it. The person who gave him the 2005, the person who Mr. Maguire instructed, said, please give him 2005. They got that boy right where they want him. He will never ever cost President Weah. He will never cause President where he will pretend like he talking. But Maggie got him right where they want him. Mo Ali, they got there right. You see, look, when you start eating money from the government, you're voiceless. So for some of us who on Facebook, for some of you who on Facebook, who called, nobody will call me hero. I'm not hero for nobody. I'm only here to deliver message. I'm only here for you and myself to help to make Liberia better. No, I do my own research. I do my own thing and find out and tell you, if you listen to it, that's your business. But Liberia will change. This man, Alex Comis, this man is on 10 different boards. He is one of the world respected politicians from Liberia. He's not just one, he's not Euro who can travel. He's not the old man that nobody know. You understand? Why you think everybody call him Mr. Comis? The government can't take it at Mr. Comis. They caught the government stealing another $24 million Mr. Comis. Everything that Mr. Comis. So we must vote Mr. Comis. Mr. Comis is the only man that the entire world can listen to. So we rather vote Mr. Comis. Because of Mr. Comis, Joshua then government can't come to America. Because that Mr. Comis, they can't take pay. So then you let them vote for Mr. Comis. Liberian people, please, if you're in Liberia, you listen to me. I'm not talking to UP fanatic. I'm not talking to the ones who say I'm a die hard. In politics, there's nothing to die hard. The ones who feel that you die hard, I'm not talking to you. You already finished, you done, you okay. You will make your own decision, not me. So I'm talking to the ones who got brains and who can understand and who love Liberia. For Liberia to succeed is on you and myself. How you do that? I'm not saying go to Liberia and carry business. I'm not telling you go to Liberia and open school, or if you're in Liberia, sell your cold water. That's not what I'm trying to tell you. When I said the future of Liberia is in you and myself hands, the decision that we make, it follow us. The only rights that you have in the constitution, your only right that you have as a citizen is to vote. 1, you must register. 2, vote your conscience. Vote your future. Vote for your children. Vote for tomorrow. Ask question. What will benefit you? Do not vote for people who will only get rich in less than 2 years in front of your own eyes. And they will call you all kinds of names. And you can send your children to school. Yeah. All that thing that going on in Liberia, we cause it ourselves. But you can't blame yourself. You can't die from stress. You can't say, oh, because I had a nasty accident, so when they bring the ambulance, I won't sit in the ambulance because I just had an accident. No. Not because Joe, we are messed up. I mean, they get no good people in Liberia can do it. They get plenty. But for now, if you put all the people together who want to run, who running for that position, Mr. Comis is 10 times better, 100 times better than every one of them. Mr. Comis never worked in the government. Every one of them work in the government. Mr. Comis never ate penny from the Liberian government, never stole penny from the Liberian government. Every one of them took from the Liberian government. They stole money from the Liberian government. They took brown envelopes. Mr. Comis never. Mr. Comis, whether we vote for him or not, he retired. He had a program, an honorary program. He was honorable retired. He retired. He's the only politician in Liberia who worked and retired from his job before going to politics. Every one of them still looking for a job, including the former vice president. He have never retired. Nobody have seen him anywhere to say he retired. They still looking for work, still looking for small offices. Every one of them will be the next this, next that. You see? So the difference is that whether we vote for Cummings, Cummings will not build new house again. Cummings will not put anything down for himself. He don't need a salary. Just the board. Since someone wants to talk about Cummings now, to show that this man, maybe we don't know. They say a prophet is not respected in his hometown. Maybe we don't know. When you put the boards that Mr. Cummings serve on, Cummings earn up to $1 million just by sitting on a board. How many hours the board can talk for? We're not talking about the board of LEC. We're not talking about the board for Freeport or NACON. We're talking about a board that if you sit on it alone, sometimes you get $200,000. You think that any kind of belly can do it? You think that anybody from the sky can sit on any kind of people board? No. That's why the entire international community got concerned. Cummings, what's going on in Liberia there? You think the international community and Mr. Cummings' business partner don't know that we are corrupt, that we lie on this man because of politics? You think the people don't know? You think Tony Blair, with his reputation, his wife's reputation, will put her reputation on the line to lie publicly? Tell me, like Brempo, I give up on you. I give up on you. I give up. Liberians, make your own decision, please. I'm not saying that you should follow me too. Make your own decision for our country. Don't listen to these dogs. Only dogs vomit and lick it. Most of them, they don't know who to support anymore. They fool you. Like Darius, they don't fool us. He fool every one of us. He think 9 years will never come. He think 9 years will not pass by. Don't worry. We got another one who talking about I will run for. He couldn't even win District 6. District 6, he was popular the same way he win it. All of them got big mouth with nothing. They think that God blessed them. They got the talent. Everybody have the talent. Listen, I don't need 200. I don't need 300. But what I need is for my message to go. And my message going. I don't need 10,000 people to watch me. You know what I'm saying? I want a little audience that listen to me, that wait for me to speak, that listen to me and we share it together. I don't ask for it. Hey, the truth is the truth. I know it can hide. Again, I want to remind those of you who watching me, so if you are a hater of Mr. Cummings, I'd love to dedicate this show to you. And I want to give you 3 cheers. 1, boo. 2, boo. 3, boo. Shame on you. If Mr. Cummings used his money to clear his name and bring in one of the best that a whole country can bring, and he alone bring that person, fine. And if it may your vest, if you're sincere, your call for lie detector. Henry Pedro Costa, call for lie detector in America. You in America now, show you believe the system. You believe the system. Call for lie detector. Now, you call for lie detector, you represent Mr. Ure, I will represent Mr. Cummings, and we'll go do a lie detector test. I believe that Mr. Cummings did nothing, and you believe that Mr. Cummings did something. Let's do a lie detector. Simple. You live in America, my brother. I live in America. You believe in lie detector. I'm sure you believe in it. So if you're man enough, put the challenge up. We'll raise the money and we'll look for it. Or we can go and raise the money, take it to Liberia, and all the other fools like Mo Ali and others can do that. They can go through it. Or we can put Mr. Cummings and bring Mr. Ure and bring Mr. Boaka and bring Yombly and let them do the lie detector. Let them go through it. It's shameless. We continue to disgrace our country. Eh? So it shows to me that actually now I'm convinced that yes, Herod Costa maybe had a forged a document to travel with. I know some people say, Herod Costa now running for president. Concentrate on Mr. Cummings. Don't worry. Oh. Don't worry. Election is next year. Campaign have not started. If I take 1 month to talk about Mr. Cummings, I will talk for Mr. Cummings. If I take 2 months, I will talk for Mr. Cummings. But right now, I can say whatever I want to say. Campaign have not started. This was the guy who, to show, yes, they used the word fugitive because he escaped justice. He was charged and escaped from the country. According to news, they put him in a little box and tie him up before leaving the country. He entered like Ghana with a Liberian passport and entered the country with a forged document. So I believe, so Costa believed that because he used a forged document, because he forged someone's signature on a fake laissez-passer, so he thinks that everybody do the same thing. I'm putting 1 and 2 together. I'm putting 1 and 2 together. I'm trying to connect the dots. You watch it, ninja, they say, only ninja can kill a ninja. Yes. So criminals know criminals. So he believed within himself that forgery, so this guy forged the document for true. Your own country again, man, you couldn't ask for laissez-passer. You couldn't ask for laissez-passer. You got to go forge it again, man. You use different person's signature, or you went to the foreign affair on Budubran camp. Tell me. Yeah. Let me give you some jokes. It's not a joke, it's real. Have you seen a rogue in Liberia beating another rogue? Oh, when you see rogue beating rogue in Liberia, you'll not believe it. They can beat the rogue as if they never did anything in their life, just so people can notice it. Yeah. So all the guys believe that every politician should be corrupt. But hey, God, the God will say, God, you can't lie. You will always be God. You will always be God. You can't praise God and be pretending to hurt someone. Every Sunday, I see the boy in church. At the same time, he will come on the internet and lie. Oh, Mr. Cummings was begging Mr. Ure. Mr. Cummings was doing this. Mr. Cummings was doing that. When it started last month. But you can hear him yelling again. He embarrassed his shit. He can't yell. He can't yell this time. He can't yell. That man, I see that man passing my yard. My dog said I got to hide a dog. And you saw that picture I just showed you what he doing with that people lay daughter. The boy love camera. He licking butt again. He camera, he picture all on Facebook, all on internet. That the kind of man you're talking about. That the kind of man you're talking about. Then you think Mr. Cummings like you. My brother, you're a young man. You going to what, 40 years old now? You're a young man. Don't challenge Cummings, my brother. Don't do it. Don't mess up your time. Don't mess up your life. Don't mess up your future. Don't do it. Nobody owe you. You don't want owe plenty people. You don't want to collect money for plenty of us. So don't do it. And if any one of his followers on my post here today because I'm talking to the corrupt hero and you under my post making some foolish comments, that means you're part of it too. Yeah. But guys, let's go to Ellis Cummings. Ellis Cummings will continue to do what he do best. Ellis Cummings will continue to travel the country. Nobody will intimidate him. That is why I call him Alex the Lion. Alex the Lion Cummings. He's the real lion. He is the real lion. He is the most honest politician in our time. In the CPP, Mr. Cummings will run on the CPP ticket. You better pray to God, because what they're praying for, and God will not answer the prayer, because you cannot pray for evil. You lie, God will punish you. Unity Party will not contest the election. They will not feed candidate. Mr. Bwaka might not even contest. But one thing I would say, Unity Party standard bearer, he's corrupt. He's a liar. He's a pathological liar. You know, every one of them carried a story. The story that let's, you know, Mo Ali said, the document was signed on Zoom. I was the MC on Zoom. I took the document around, but it was signed on Zoom. Yombly was in Buchanan. Mr. Cummings was in Monrovia. Yuri was in Banga. They were all on Zoom. And on Zoom, they all were signing. So while they were on Zoom, Mo Ali drove to Buchanan and carried the 5 copies to Yombly. Yombly signed the 5 copies. He came from Buchanan. He drove. He stopped to rehab. Mr. Bwaka signed the 5 copies. Then he drove. He went to Banga, to Ure. Ure signed the 5 copies. Then he came back to Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings signed. Then he took that document and carried to Aloysius store in one day. In one day, according to Mo Ali. You expect Mo Ali to tell you anything? The man don't believe in God. He's not a Muslim. He's not a Christian. So he's confused. He's an atheist. But it took him, I want to see how he did it. And all that thing that he was doing, according to him, they were still on Zoom. Wait. They were on Zoom. Mo Ali took the 5 documents, drove to Buchanan. Yombly signed. They were still on Zoom. Came back. Went to Bwaka. That same day, Zoom. I'm still on Zoom, just waiting. I look at everybody signing. And he brought it. Then he said, okay. But this is where Mo Ali, what to show that Mo Ali something wrong with his brain. Now listen. The document I was up, they put the document together, they did everything. A document now, paper, everything. They're not digital. And brought it and gave it to Toe. Bam. Toe received it. According to the corrupt leader, the number 1 corrupt man now, Bernard Ure. According to them, they all agreed that document that they signed, they said the document not correct. This document is not correct. Correct. Bam. They put it one side. How to make the changes? How was the changes made? They gave copy to the lawyer. The lawyer looked at it. The lawyer said, this is a die. The lawyer make 10 changes and structure and everything. Explain to them. They agree. The lawyer gave it to them, gave them the digital copy. Everything was on the computer. They make all the changes. They explained to them. They accepted it. They gave it back to the committee. The committee piled everything together, printed the copies. Everybody got a copy through the official chat room, which Mo Ali attested to and agreed to. That is the official chat room, the WhatsApp, and every one of them got their copies. They printed it, they sent a resolution, they signed. So that first copy that Mo Ali said, to show how Mo Ali is dumb, he said that it was in color, but the one they show him is black and white. My people, let me ask you, black is not a color, white is not color. Stupidness, and lie. Yeah, sometimes they gotta do things. Well, this is not the document I took around. You are stupid. You are brain dead. It will never be the document you took around, Mr. Fool. It will never be the document that you took around, because the document that you took around to every one of them to sign, according to you, it never went to NEC. The document never went to NEC. Why? Because the lawyers did an amendment. So you don't expect that same document to go to NEC. How many times we should teach you guys? How many times y'all want us to explain? And Liberian people, from in the morning to the program, Mr. Ure was the chairman of CPP. May 19, Mr. Ure was the chairman until they did the ceremony. He said he was the MC to that ceremony, for that ceremony, but it was done on Zoom. Yes. And at the same time, while he was the MC, Mo Ali took the document around. He went to Buchanan. He went all over in one day while he was still MC. Wow. But he brought the document back. The document was in color, but the one they show him is black and white. Black is not color. White is not a color. So I don't know what the fuck the guy talking about. What? White is not a color. Black is not a color, according to Mo Ali. According to Mo Ali, this document that was looking so nice. Now, let me show you the document. Where's my phone? This document they're talking about, the document was done in April, finalized. It was finished in April. April, May, Mr. Cummings to take over. So, one minute, please, guys. Please. Okay. Okay. This document here this one was finalized. It was not finalized, but this is the first document that was done in April 25th. This was the document for April 25th. This was a document that Mo Ali, because the team finished it, they did it in April. It was not signed, nothing. It was never done. So this is what they did. That document, the 25th document, it came from Mariah and what her name and Ure daughter. Every one of them did the one that did the editing and went back. This document was first criticized. You know what I'm saying? Then they went and look at it. April, May, they did the ceremony for Mr. Cummings to take over. Mr. Cummings took over May. So Mr. Cummings never took over May 6 o'clock in the morning. No. Ure was the chairman, so they did all the preparation and blah, 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 blah. It was not Mr. Cummings. They had a group and they did everything to turn over to Cummings. So while turning over to Cummings, they did the signing officially, that document that was signed that you saw on the 25th, that's the document. So it was impossible for them to do or signing face to face. They had to do it on Zoom. And while they were doing it on Zoom, everybody, every one of them had a copy, because that's how you do it on Zoom. Stupid people then. I got my copy, you got your copy, everybody looking at each other. We sign it. That's an official thing. Then later on, we can do whatsoever. Good. That was done. That document carried May 19. Now, my people, this is not rocket science. When you sign a bylaws, you sign a constitution. If that constitution was signed January 1st, any amendment will carry January 1st. It will still carry the same signature. You can't change the signature. You don't need to re-sign. The only time maybe somebody want to re-sign, maybe they try to adjust it to do something else. You understand? Now, the first signature they had it set up was the first people to sign was Unity Party. In the first document, they had Unity Party, they had Liberty Party, they had what the party they said, ANC, and they had Liberty Party. You know what I'm saying? That was the first party that had it signed up. But now they had to go back in alphabetical order. Because the document was actually right, they agree on everything May 19, the document will always carry May 19. Dummies. UPO, UP. Let me tell you something. Sometimes I pace up, but sometimes again, I say no. The educated fools, they are the most corrupt people. This is what they've been doing long time, but it catch up with them. All they thought that this thing they were doing was to put Mr. Cummings in a hole. I bet you they cannot believe it that it happened like this. When you sign, my people are big, you're in Liberia. That only 80% watching right now. And I'm happy with ASAP because we're way down. When you sign a document, not just an ordinary document, a bylaw, where people agree, they vote, and they say, yes, this is it. Any other changes or amendment or revise, it carry the same date, and carry the same signature. I will always make reference. If you go right now and bring the ANC Constitution, the ANC Constitution, it had been amended. Amendment was done to it. Henry Costa signature is still on the amendment version. Y'all think we're stupid? Y'all think we're stupid? Like, look, these Liberian, if you don't want to vote, fine. But we need to call these guys out. They are the one who took Mr. Cummings to court. UP took CPP to court. Mr. Cummings never took nobody to court. They were so greedy, they tried to lie on him. Simple. The first document, but Mo Ali brave, Mo Ali. You will never work in government. Pray to God. Pray to God. I'm not wishing bad for you. You will not be elected easily. Pray to God you apply. I pray that the next government will not stop you. It will not stop you from applying for a job. But you will not get a political appointment. You will not get a political appointment, Mo Ali. You will not. You will have the right to apply as a civil servant. But nowhere, nobody going to trust you. You have You make Liberia, you lost the trust of everyone. Only your group now. Pray to God. If now Mr. Boaka, maybe they will appoint you because every one of you are liars. So they will continue to keep the liars in the group. Seriously. My people, Mo Ali said that he agreed. It was done. In fact, he was the MC. It was done on Zoom. And he's the same one that took 5 documents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 documents. Drove to Buchanan, gave it to Yombly. Yombly signed her name on all the 5 copies. Yombly signed her name on the 5 copies. I think he used helicopter. Helicopter? Yeah. He came all the way down to rehab. The old man signed 5 copies. He took it to Commis. Commis signed 5 copies. He took it to, he went to Banga. 5 copies. He did it in 45 minutes. 45 minutes. Then when he finished, he took it and gave it to Alosha too. That copy was in color. It was not black and white, it was in color. So, black and white are not color. We're not stupid. This is what they say were in color. This, the how we're looking. Instead of he opening his stupid mouth and say, maybe our logo should be, you know, the logo, the color of the logo or whatsoever. But he said we're in black and white. All the things are black and white. All are black and white. The only thing that in color, yeah, that the front page. Their front page got nothing to do with no damn documents. I can print this thing out in black, notarize signature, notarize it, take it there. It's original. Dummies. Wow. Every day they go to school. Every day they on Facebook. Yeah. Brainless people. Dead brains. All they know is to steal, corrupt, make fun out of Liberians, and go and collect money from the government in the night, and they'll try to create Roko. You call me Roko. In the daytime, you call me Roko, but in the nighttime, you say your sweetheart. You're long been doing it. You're long been doing it, but you're bothered with your mash. You're bothered with your mash. So tell me. Now, that document was not presented to NEC, according to Mo Ali. According to Mo Ali, was never presented to NEC. That document was given to the lawyers. The lawyers went through it, revised, make changes, everything. Put the clause, the exit clause, and blah, 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 blah. They explained to them. They all agree. They accepted it. They signed a resolution, everything. Everybody get a copy. How you got your copy? And let me tell you, Liberian people, listen to me again. Oh. Don't let nobody fool you say they can notarize more than 1 copy. No. The only way, when they notarize, for transparency's sake, so nobody can do something different. If you say my name is John Brown and I notarize Brown, the copy for John Brown to me don't need to be notarized. I either make copy and keep it. I will photocopy it and keep it and take the original and give it. So let me ask you, why Mr. Ure said, you see, hey God, inside the cash, oh my people, yeah, wisdom. When you said, my man, I do that, yeah. Mr. Ure said it was 5 copies. We signed 5 copies and we gave 5 copies to Mr. Cummings. The 5 copies will go to Mr. Cummings. He was supposed to notarize the copy and give us 1 each. Okay, granted. But that 5 copy that Mr. Cummings got was useless. It was never delivered to NEC. Why? Because they gave it to the lawyers to do an amendment. So the copy that they gave to NEC was the amended copies. Listen to me. Listen to Mo Ali. Listen to Mo Ali. Let me just play the one again. Because sometimes I just get pissed off when these guys. You see, Ure said, so the 5, okay, I agree. 5 copies were given. Was that 5 copies taken to NEC? No. That was the first copy. That first copy is dead, gone, kaput, finish. Finish.
Not having Mr. Cummings attend the program today. Apologize for that. Well, let me say this from what I know.
Okay.
I regret not having Mr.
I want you to listen.
Attend the program today.
Shut up. Don't rush me before you attend the program today. You shut up, Mo Ali. Shut your mouth. Please. If I get pissed off.
I apologize for that. Well, let me say this from what I know. The document that was signed on May 19, 2020, the document that was given by the lawyers and the one that was presented to the NEC. First, it is an agreed fact that the document that was signed on May 19, 2020 was not the document that was presented to the NEC, truly because the lawyers were asked to review and make recommendations.
Let me ask. Listen, the same Mo Ali man. So let's agree. Mo Ali said the document that was signed on May 19, we never took it to NEC. We gave it to the lawyers to make an amendment.
Question. Let me ask this question.
The framework document, because when they signed it on May 19, everybody had the copy. They needed to have one signature sheet with everybody's signature on it for the framework document.
Now, you said again, I see why sometimes the women can make fun out of the men. Not because she's supporting Mr. Cummings, but she's smarter than Mo Ali, smarter than Hera Costa, smarter than Dara Stallone. And I told you, that is how you sign document on Zoom. The document, everybody had a copy. Mo Ali also admitted on Spoon that I took the signing sheet around. It was not done in one day, my people. Mo Ali's responsibility was to go and get the sheet. How you get it, how you don't get it, just make sure you get it. Because all that signing we're doing is not going nowhere. Okay. Maybe they're not true. Let's take Mr. Ure. Let's take Mr. Ure. Mr. Ure said he gave Mr. Cummings 5 copies. And we never got our copy back. But then how come, since you get no copy, so which are the copy that you are comparing with the other document and you say the document false? And the document, not the right document, but you get copy. The document that was signed on May, the document that was signed on May 19, that document was not delivered. was not presented to NEC because the document was so trash. So once you amend a bylaws, that bylaws done, it finished. Let me hear Mo Ali again.
I regret not having Mr. Cummings attend the program today. I apologize for that. Well, let me say this from what I know. The document that was signed on May 19, 2020, the document that was given by the lawyers and the one that was presented to the NEC. First, it is an agreed fact that the document that was signed on May 19, 2020 was not the document that was presented to the NEC, truly because the lawyers were asked to review and make recommendations.
Let me ask this question.
The framework document, because when they signed it on May 19th, everybody had a copy. They needed to have one signature sheet with everybody's signature on it for the framework document. Mo Ali was given the responsibility to get the signatures of all the political leaders on one signature sheet. He acknowledged and admitted that the lawyers made changes and all agreed to it.
At Liberty Party's headquarters.
Listen to him.
The lawyers all showed up. Most of them showed up, and they brought to our attention all the major changes they made in the framework document, and they explained why, and we all concurred.
So you said Mo Ali put the signatures on one sheet? Is that what you just said?
He took the signature sheets to all.
Oh, he took it individually to them. Okay.
Today's date, we have not received our document. The amended copy, we have copies of. The amended copy, we have copies of. May 19th, the framework document was signed. Copies of that document should have been forwarded to each political party, because there were 5 copies we signed. One for each political party and one to be taken to NEC.
Okay. My people, please, we signed 5. One was supposed to go to them. But you just heard it. That 5 that they signed first was not taken to NEC. It was not given to NEC. That document, we see daylight. They decided to amend the documents and they gave it to the lawyers. So ask yourself the question, which of the document that you saw that believe that, because you don't got a copy, you don't got the 5 copies, you don't got it, it done, you don't have it. So which of the document that you saw that prompted and say, oh no, that's not the document this. You recall for all the other documents, but he got it. How you manage? But show us what you have, what you got. Look at it, man. When B-men lie about, roll, TV, roll, TV, roll, John Koriko, liar, man, John Koriko. Damn it. So the 5 copies were not given. We trash it. We give it to the lawyers. But why you keep your copy too, Mr. Dummy? Oh, Niswa. Why the guys then like this, man? Oh, God. Help us.
As of today's date, we have not received our copies of the framework.
They ain't got no framework document as of today's date. But CPP were able to file candidate, to put in candidates 2020. You praised Mr. Cummings for a job well done. Without no document. Nobody complained for the 8 months Mr. Cummings were there. They didn't notice it. So they get copy too. Now, if Mr. Ure don't have copy, how Mr. Ure had a primary in Nimba County? Hey, my people, they won't hear that I know rocket science. Oh, seriously. They want you call Tama Taylor, he will explain it to you. You call Omer Barrow, he will explain. Anybody from the interior, they listen to the thing, they will tell you, say, Ure, their criminal business is not good for everybody. Line up for everybody. More Ali line up for everybody. Yeah. So 5 copies. The copy ain't go nowhere. The amended version. Yeah. For power business.
Document. Because the lawyers did do an amendment of the framework document, and they did it under our advice and consent. The amended copy, we have copies of. As of today's date, we have not received our copies of the framework document.
I regret not having Mr. Cummings attend the program today. I apologize for that. Well, let me say this from what I know.
Guys.
Document that was signed on.
So, you see that how the guys change the story every day. That is why I piss off with most of the big media network. I wish I have the power to strangle them in a way that they will not survive. Instead of them today, I said, y'all just get the damn hell out of politics for the day. Go to Cape Mount. Me, I'm not a newsman. I'm just a supporter of Mr. Cummings. That's not my business to even report anything different. Only Mr. Cummings are talking about here. But I only do it because I love my country. That's not my responsibility. I'm not running on media network here. I'm just running a campaign arm of Cummings. I'm not here to advocate for nobody. I'm advocating for the Liberian people to show them what to do to elect a good leader. I'm not here to can't tell people, say, I will fight the government because the government can't protect anybody. No. We know that under Mr. Cummings' leadership, we will protect people. We'll talk a little bit. But the guys then who say the register in Liberia, they got newspaper, they got the television station, that have responsibility. But they're not doing good to the Liberian people. The tape that I play, I got it from them. I'm not the one who did the recording. I'm not the one who did the recording. You got it today. Tomorrow he get it. Tomorrow he have it. Why lie on this man? Why? What you are really looking for? Why you hate Mr. Cummings like this? Why the standard bearer of liberty of UP hate Mr. Cummings? Let me play the. I will play the UP one too. Let me see something. I don't know if I can get it. Let me see.
With two Liberty Party people talking their internal Liberty Party thing, the non-Unity Party business.
Okay, you see the tape I'm going to play? I want you to listen to the boy. You know the boy laughs so much until sometimes he forget what he say on Facebook. He forget. But I want you to listen to it. Not too long. Just listen to me. See,
Hello? Those of you who support Joe Boakai, that's not your business. What in Unity Party people talk, Liberty Party people talk in their party. You're not get face to fry in that one. No. We who let Joe Boakai, we who want to see Joe Boakai as president, we must do our own job. The one they're doing, we must go do our own. But to sit down there and be fair, they got part the conspiracy. They want to make sure and Joe Biden him be president. They honor money Joe Biden. Nobody is entitled to the presidency. Not even my beloved Uncle Joe. And Uncle Joe would be the first to tell you he's not entitled to it. And that he will fight for it. He will fight for it. So, you stop crying over the people's internal business. Joe Biden is the most popular Liberian politician today. Joe Biden. He is. You like it, you not like it, that your business. So, for you to say that you be worried about watching Liberty, I will put it down in colloquia. For you to say that you be there, like the man guy went and he turned into their house. The man and woman making palaver. He not hell a woman. He not be a tyranny. That, so as long as you're not beating the children, you're not heading the woman, that's not your business. They're making an argument. That you business? That's not your business. That's not our business. Those of us who love Joe Biden, that's not our business. Get out, you go do you. They buying motorbike. They're doing it 1 year. They're not doing it 1 year. Let them give it to them. When the people go vote, the motorbike will not be in the voting room. The money will not be in the voting room. But for you to make it look like Liberty Party people not commit big crime, they not commit big sin, it's not fair. Y'all hear me? Y'all leave the Liberty Party people alone. You love Joe Biden? Help to keep promoting Joe Biden. You want him to be president? Help to keep promoting him. But Liberty Party people don't owe Joe Biden support. Hello? Liberty Party people do not owe Joe Biden support. ALP, we do not owe Joe Biden support. The only party that owe Joe Biden support in the CPP, the Unity Party. We in collaboration, we have 4 parties. Joe Biden is the strongest among the 4. All the votes from Liberty Party, the votes from ANC, the votes from ALP, when you add all together, they not reach Joe Biden votes. He can put all of us together, he votes plenty power our own. So what are you worried for? Someone will tell you, say, oh, but that was 2017. Oh, you think Joe Biden not lose his support? No, his support has increased. But the point I'm making is, you leave Ellis Cummings. Let's Cummings doing your work. What you expect him to do? The men are popular like Joe Biden. So the man gotta spend money, he gotta buy motorbike. Joseph Biden not gotta buy motorbike. Hello? What Cummings doing? There is nothing wrong with what Cummings doing. Cummings he going all over the country to try to get support. Nothing wrong with that. Y'all love Joe Biden? Okay. Y'all love Joe Biden so much, right? I know y'all love him. I'm not being cynical or rhetorical. I know y'all love him, right? I know y'all love him. Okay. Cummings get plenty of money, Joe Biden don't get plenty of money. Fine. Y'all love Joe Biden so much. Y'all want him to do stuff. We must raise money for Joe Biden. Y'all want other raise money for Unity Party? Y'all know me. We'll do it. Any other day, Cummings people raise money. Cummings get $100 million, but yet they have fundraiser the last time. Let me ask you yet. Who all honor here want us to do fundraiser for Joe Biden? Put your hand up. If you Joe Biden man, you're feeling hurt. You're feeling hurt that the Cummings people, they gave me motorbike, they gave me their answer Joe Biden and raise money to go buy a motorbike because Joe Biden not going to buy a motorbike for nobody. But if you love Joe Biden so much and you're not happy with the way they're doing, put your hand up. You want us to raise money to buy a motorbike to get Joe Biden money? Put your hand up. You want me to raise money for Joe Biden with my half fundraiser? I want to see the yes. If you, yes, y'all put it there. Next month we'll do it. If y'all convince me on here that you want us to raise money for Unity Party, because Joe Biden not steal. He not get stolen money. He not get money. The man told us, say, I not get money. The reason he not get money because he not steal it. Cummings get his own money. He work hard for it. He get plenty of money. Nothing wrong with it. We respect his money. But that not money can win election. Buying money, but that not the thing. So I asking you want all the raise money for Joe Biden? I see everybody saying yes. Fine. I will set it up. I will bring the Unity Party. I will speak with Amin Mudat. I will arrange it. We can't raise money for Joseph Boakai. But I'm sure Joe Boakai will not buy Muruboy with no money. Because he don't need to buy Muruboy. Man, people, Joe Boakai need to buy Muruboy for somebody. No. So, my point I'm making is, you leave the Liberty Party people alone.
Okay, guys. That is a good, bad, but terrible campaigner. Joseph Boakai don't need to buy a motorbike for nobody. Joseph Boakai don't need to pay nobody to campaign. But Henry Costa need to get paid to campaign. Henry Costa need to get paid to speak on his platform for politicians. But he telling you he don't need it. And let me tell you, I said it before, there was nothing wrong. They are in the CPP. And Mr. Cummings went and gave car to the Unity Party mayor in Bond County the other time during the election. Mr. Cummings' bar motorbike is for the CPP people. But because they are so hurtful, this same man who said there's nothing wrong with it, on another podcast, he criticized Mr. Cummings, how Mr. Cummings buy motorbike, how Mr. Cummings going into people's place, talking about this and that, spending his money, Mr. Cummings this, Mr. Cummings that. My people, let's just focus here. Let's just focus. There is nothing they got. Nothing in there. Nothing. If anybody tell you, say, campaign is cheap, then let them go ahead. Let Joe Boakai sit down. Joe Boakai can sit down in the house and wait. Yeah? Mr. Cummings, nobody know Mr. Cummings. So Mr. Cummings will go around the country. Mr. Cummings will go in the communities to engage to people. He will talk to the people. Let the UP people keep the standard bearer. Yeah? Nobody know Mr. Cummings. They don't want to worry over Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings is nobody, but he's somebody in the eyes of us. He is and will be the next president. He will be the next president of Liberia. Save it any day. When I say it, it will happen. It will come to pass. It will come to pass. God do not send his words and send it back. No. It will come to pass. I'm telling you, the Liberian people will vote right. The Liberian people, George Weah, one thing I know, will not be a second-term president. No, he will not. Nathaniel Magay is doing everything, trying to convince President Weah to contest. So all this thing here you see to the courthouse, Joma Jala and whosoever, Serena Cephas, is the instruction from Nathaniel Magay. We got that information long time. Nathaniel Magay tell people, yeah, we'll slow Cummings down. Cummings is rushing because every one of them is afraid of Cummings. Look, don't be surprised. There'll be a lot of surprises in this election coming. This campaign time that coming, there will be a lot of surprises. Sometimes people do, but who will be Mr. Cummings' vice president? Who will be Mr. Cummings this? Who will be this for Mr. Cummings? A lot of surprises would come in. A lot of surprises. Relax. I'm not going to tell you. There will be a lot of surprises. I want to tell people. But we will do whatever we can do. Mr. Cummings is the only one who is consistent without the code. Imagine Mr. Cummings in court. CPP, according to them, they say it broke down. But they themselves not even campaigning. They themselves not even campaigning, but Mr. Cummings campaigning. Mr. Cummings going around talking to people. Although campaign start yet, but Mr. Cummings, when Mr. Boakai leave the courthouse, he go home to sleep. He go home to sleep. So they asked Mo Ali today if he has spoken anywhere concerning the framework document. They say objection and abstain by the judge. But Mo Ali lied on an oath. Mo Ali said he took 5 documents to Mr. Bwaka. Now you when I brought it up, my people. So you all know now the 5 documents, and I accept the 5 documents. Let us play the devil advocate. Let us accept the 5 documents. But that document was not given. It was never given to NEC. That document was never given to NEC. The 5 documents they're talking about was never given to NEC. You see? So I don't know why they will be lying like that. Why? Okay, let me go to the comments. Maybe I will answer some questions from there. Well, this one, now Mo Ali own words. Mo Ali was the MC of the program. Mo Ali was the same person who took the 5 documents. He went to Buchanan. He came back and traveled all around in 45 minutes. And that was it. Lie publicly. These are the people that we're dealing with. Yeah, Mo Ali, forget it, man. The standard bearer of Unity Party said the document was too long to read. He said it was too long to read. He couldn't read the whole thing. Yes, Mr. Cummings talk about it. Look, let me tell you something. There are a lot of things going on in Liberia. Some of us want for Mr. Cummings to do things that the government is supposed to do and whatsoever. But you see, and I think not everything we must politicize. We don't need it. The press talk about it and whatsoever. He will go there. He have been discussing it. He got to get all the necessary information before going there. These are some of the things we talk about. The government, the George Weah-led government, cannot even protect the people. They protect the business people. They protect the mining companies. Our people are suffering. It's the same thing happened with that thing that happened, that landslide happened during the Doe administration. What came from out of it? Nothing. What's the EPA doing in this age, this time? These guys just polluting the water, fish dying. It's sad. But all they do, they will be on all our so-called journalists, all our media networks. They all on Mr. Cummings, they on politics. They spoon the 50 watt to say the Freedom FM. Nobody can go to Cape Mount. Nobody can go there. It's sad, man. It's sad. No protection. Mo Ali said the document was in black and white. But black than not color. White is not a color. The one that he took was color. So I know which of the colors that. But this guy forgot, JJ. They forgot. The document that was signed, it was not presented. I agree. So that document is dead. Finished. Capuche. It's done. So what else again? God have mercy upon us. Look, Mr. Cummings will teach them lesson. Mr. Cummings will teach them patient, give you good results. A patient leader never fail. A patient man, if you are patient, you would never fail. Never. Okay, Stephen Gatter, he said there is no wall called stupidness. Okay, Mr. Smart Man, there is no wall called stupidness, but at least you understand when I said stupidness, you know what I meant. So you can tell me there is no wall called stupidness. But Mo Ali said the document was printed in color, meaning that means you, Mr. Stephen Gatter, telling me that you speak on behalf of Mo Ali. Huh? You mute? You mute now? So now I use the word stupidness, but I don't know how the war came about. Okay, but if you, Stephen Gatter, can come here and speak for Mo Ali and assume what Mo Ali meant, oh, he talking about the logo was in color. Library is a funny place. I swear to God, we got a problem. Another educated man. Another educated man. Stephen Gatter. You see, he came and said, stop making your ignorance. Y'all would die with pressure, my brother. Y'all would die with pressure. I got another client. I was showing all most of your stuff. That's the fact, Joe. The standard bearer, the Secretary General of Unity Party, they are liars, pathological liars. They lied until even the devil bent his face. You understand? So they are a liar. They lie on an oath. He said it was in color like this. You talking about this, Mr. Fool? Steven, like this? Okay. So black and white is what? It's not color. Black is not a color. White is not a color. So what the front page got to do with the document? It's just a front page. There's nothing written on it. It's just there to identify the document. Finish. Finish. That was not the document they presented. So let me educate you a little bit. Let me educate you a little bit. That was not a document presented to NEC. That 5 document that Mo Ali took around. It was not the document. And Mr. Stephen Gatter, you said the word stupidness. There's no word called stupidness. But they're telling you stupidness is foolish or nonsensical talk or behavior. Girl, what stupidness are you talking about? But you see, these are some of the things that's how Liberia operates. I got this young guy called Stephen Gatter. He said There is no word called stupidness. But I just went through it, and according to what they're saying here, I'm not the one who put it in there. They say stupidness. The meaning of stupidness is what? Foolish or nonsensical talks. So I think I will use the same word on you, that instead of saying stupidness, I said you are stupid. Because for you to think for Mo Ali and to tell me what Mo Ali was thinking about, that means you yourself, you are very stupid. You are very, very stupid. Let me go to good people. Okay, use your platform to speak the truth, not lies, just to please Cummings in his surrogate. Okay. Well, you honor my post, brother. You honor my life. You will sit and listen to whatever I'm saying right now. If it gets to your brain, you got one choice. It's to call and get on the other side. But for now, your dead brain will listen to what I'm saying. Whether it's stupid, whether it's smart, whether they're lies or truth, you will get it into your dead brain because you're already supporting a dead man walking. They are super liars. Somebody gonna dead in here. So okay, another stupidness again. He said, please tell us the official logo color of the 4 political parties. He said, I should tell him. But since you don't know the color, that means you stupid yourself, my brother. You stupid, man. I ain't want to waste my time on you, man. I should tell you, you're your party. If I was on that stage, I would tell them that what I presented had a color cover. The cover page was color. Everything in there was black. Every writing in the CPP document is black. The cover page, if you tell me the cover page was color, then I'll listen to you. But it makes no sense. It is stupidness. Since I would say it will go through your brain, let me see what Jerry Sumo saying. Jerry Sumo, man, you just another waste. You just come on my life all the time. David Flomo said, you see, there's another argument. David Flomo said, no amended documents and constitution have amended date and signature. Don't mislead your listener. What? My people, y'all hear something here. David Flomo saying that I said no amended document and constitution have amended date. Who the hell told you that they can amend a date? Damn it. You sat under my voice, on my life, and lying publicly. Let me repeat myself. And do you want me? I can send you a link and you come up, let everybody see you, and you challenge me on this one. I said, and I quote, every constitution, bylaws, if it is signed on June 1st, no, I said January 1st, it will always carry January 1st. Even if an amendment is done, there will be a rectification. They will tell you that an amendment was done on XYZ date, but the date and the signature on the first day that document was passed will always remain. You coming on here and lying. Who the hell? The people who are talking about amending, I don't know if you're talking to me now, David Flomo, because, okay, in fact, you're talking to me because you say I'm misleading my. I never said that the date was amended. No. The first document was done on April 25th, and that document was signed on May 19th. So you guys should stop following people without doing your research. Without doing your research. You guys need to stop following people and just follow them without nothing. No one amend or did. I never said that to you. So you just got on here and start to lie. These are the people that take lies all over the place. The American Constitution was written in 1787. I want to be right. 1787. That's when September 1787. That's when the Constitution was written. 39 of the 55 delegates signed the new document, with many of those who refused to sign. Okay, that one, that history. But the signature in that Constitution remains in the Constitution with the date 1887. The American Constitution was amended 33 times, 27 ratification. It still carry 1787. Still carry CO signature. So for you to come up and say, I told you that you amend or date on a Constitution, my brother, then please, I beg you, I'm still living. I'm still alive, yeah? I'm still alive. Oh yeah, he's a criminal. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. He will. Just watch it. He will not let them go free. He would never. You know, I love these guys who always speak nonsense, but they love the nonsense. They sit under the life and listen to the nonsense because they have not heard it before, but they will not come up and tell you, say, oh, you know what you're saying is right. When they leave the show, then they get the message that, oh, but that guy just said this. You know what I'm saying? They just said this one. He just said this one. Jerry Sumo don't even know his position. Jerry Sumo don't know his position. Jerry Sumo is just one of the followers. He don't know what he won. Okay, somebody deaded him again. He don't know. How about David don't know? Or David believe that whenever an amendment is done, that means there's a new date. No, he don't know that. He don't know. If there's any amendment today in the Liberian Constitution, it will always carry Dr. Amos Claudius Sawyer name. The ANC Constitution I will always make reference to still carries the old date, and Henry Pedro Costa name is in the ANC Constitution. David, please. This is social media. This is social media. If I'm wrong, I will accept it and I will correct myself. I'm not one of those guys who will not accept it. But for you to come on and say, look at it, and say, absolutely, no, you can have a Green Party logo and photocopy. It have the original green color. My brother. And Stephen got I promise not to be calling people name, people who are very dull, people who hard to learn. And if you think you're not dull, you have just proven it to me that you dull. Because the first thing you said, there's no word they call stupidness. Yeah. But Mo Adi said the document I took was color. It was not black and white. That's all I told you. But some of you guys just sit on a live and just pick up what you want to pick because you don't have an open mind to listen. But you see why? Do you know why I catch people speaking? You know why I play Henry Custom move and tape? Because I listen to everything. You know how I got all this tape? Because I listen. I don't listen to people. If I don't want to listen to you, I look at your feet, I pass by you. But when I listen, I pick up every words that come from out of your mouth. You know what I'm saying? I said, Mo Adi said, the document was in color. But this one is black and white. My question was, black is not a color, white is not a color. The document they show him, it could be photocopy, but they're asking you, is that how the document look like? Yeah, but in front the logo was in color. Explain yourself. But people like you will follow him because you know what? Your mind is made up already in what you want to support. So, hey, Gata, you from Lofa County, eh? I respect you for that. I ain't got problem with it. And let me show you somebody from Lofa County too. This guy from Lofa County, JJ from Lofa County, he's a Joseph Boaka's nephew. But he don't support Boaka because he's from Lofa County. So the good ones, they got sense. They think. All the way from Baltimore. Christiana. Cummings is the next president of Liberia. Whole day, yeah. Framework document. We tired with your plenty noise, man. You know why I will block you from my page? Because I think you make no sense to be on my page. I think I try to show you some little friendship, but it is time now. I block you from my entire life because you make no stupid. You add nothing to my life. So I will not accept or allow you to come and disrespect me. Jerry Sumo, I will not allow you. Yeah? Let me tell you, let me make you understand. I don't waste my time on stupid people. They don't want to get pressure. Rose Russell, how are you, man? How's everything? You know, Jerry Sumo will remain there. I will not take him out. I look at a page. I will not take you out, Jerry. You know, the fact of the matter is that it's better for people like you to be around, to stick around. So the age is not what make you smart. Yeah, Jerry, it's not what make you smart. It's what comes from out of your mouth make you smile. So continue proving that you are a dull person. So that's your business. All the women out here is smarter than. Have a good night, sweetheart. Have a good night and rest yourself. I'm off tomorrow. What? Just put it down. Yeah. Joseph, teach Flomo some sense. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Mr. Konto, for telling them, because I don't know where he got the one from that they can amend the date on the Constitution, or maybe that's what you were trying to tell me. You do not amend no date on Constitution. They will tell you at the back of the Constitution that there was an amendment done on so many times. 27. Okay, good. 27 amendments. Yep. 27 amendments. Yep. So not no who the hell will amend or date to do what? The guys are evil, man. Okay, now listen to David. Tell me. Yeah, David, I gave up on you. I gave up on you, David. David. Wow. Damn it. It is shameful. David is saying that only a country constitution that you can amend and the date remains. But other bylaws, you can amend and amend the date. No, David, no. You either cancel it. To you now, David, the Liberia Constitution, the 1847 Constitution, you don't even know when it was changed. Do you know? No. You know what year it was amended by President Todmont and then Liberia became a one-party state? No. Now, when we had a referendum and we presented a new constitution. That all signatures is out. Amos Sawyer continues. Any document that is an agreement or whatsoever and signed, and maybe signed for years maybe it was a 2 years contract or whatsoever. If you amend that in there, they will put a date. That was a bylaws. Do you know why they call constitution? Because in fact, in America, because maybe you live in America, they got one constitution. So they consider you to say bylaws. Yours is bylaws. When you say constitution, they think on it. But in Liberia, the same thing. We got one constitution. So your document, every bylaws you put together to control your organization is done by through the Constitution of Liberia. You can get something different in there that tomorrow you not be you have no backing. No, you can in the Liberian Constitution they say one man, one vote. You can't just jump up and say, oh, we're going to vote this way, and when you know it's not legal because someone can take you to court. But my brother, I just explained to you that okay, go to I just explained to you the ANC Constitution was amended. Henry Costa name is still in there. You can't take it out. You can. It's not just an ordinary document. It's a bylaws. It's a law that guiding that whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Because if they were redoing it, they always going to sign again. Why you think they never had another program to present it? Why? So they had one program and they presented their documents. After that, there was no more program. All they did, they just did resolution, and they all signed to say, yes, this is what we did. And that was it. That was it. There was no other program. They had one program for the signing, May 19th. So everything continued. So even if they take the signature page from there to there, that's it. It's not against the law. Eh? David, man, you just get on Kosu for nothing, man. Get on Kosu for nothing. Thank you. Oh, I mean, you just teach it, man, but you just teach David. You just teach David. David just get Kosu for nothing. Like people who wear Kosu, but they know nothing. You come on social media and can't argue on things that make no sense. Yeah, Moses. How are you, Regina? Jeff. No, Jeff, no. CPP lawsuit against the governor of Liberia. Nope. But y'all see the one that he got in Lofa County? Y'all see the one he got in Lofa County? Big, yeah. Thank you, brother. I'm not joking here. Who won't argue. What his name, Howard or whosoever. David. They know David and Howard said, why can we call what his name say? Let me why? David Flomo. That David Flomo I can't listen to here. Well, they work Kosu for nothing. Man. Oh yeah. They raise only that few money. You know the new name for Mr. Cummings? They call him the Lion. He's the Lion. Cummings the Lion. We give them pressure. We give you 3 bulls for the JB supporter. Boo. 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 That begins say, whoa me. Whoa. Oh, that's the right name. Old man forgettable. Stephen Gatter. Yes. We deal with them. We deal with them. Thank you, JJ. Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy yourself, JJ. I salute you. I'm off tomorrow, so I can stay up here until. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Vanny King, let me look at your profile first. I might delete you from my. Since you're hard to learn, I said using a word call. You can say Mr. Cummings author document, Mr. Cummings temporal document. I respect your word. I respect it, but people that use fingering, these are the people who worship maybe Henry Costa, because Henry Costa the one who used it. Because Henry Costa is damn good at fingering little girls, so that is why he used the word fingering. So people who use these words, your mind, it sounds stupid. It ain't make no sense. You in Kosu, you all dress up at this, then you using the word finger. So let me just check your profile. If you're living in America, that means you're waste. I will kick you out of my list. Yeah, Stephen and Vanny King, I'm not here for nonsense. Yeah. Go and follow Henry Costa. Yeah, follow your Costa, follow your whosoever. Look how you looking at. You can know that he borrowed a suit. Pray to God you in library. If you in library, I will consider you my brother. You got 120 friends. And guess what? He requested for friendship. Yeah. I'm not the one who requested. You see here? If I click on it, he asked me to confirm. He requested for a friendship, but he coming under my life and using the word finger document. Mr. Cummings finger document. When you see these people, you know straight the Henry Costa followers. And people who follow people for no reason, you and I not on the same level, my brother. So one, I would deny your friendship, but you can sit and listen to me. If you want to be my friend, you can request again. But for now, I will deny your friendship. Yeah, thank you. Just follow me. That's all you can do. I'll block you because I continue to tell people, say in a better way. You can say, Mr. Cummings, temporary document. Mr. Cummings trying to change this, but just from your post, I know that you just a follower. You don't know, no, you make your own research. Whatever people say is what you follow. Yeah. Oh, I want to send a shout out to my guy and Shadow Roberts. And no shout I will say this Shadow Roberts show is always Mike Davis. What's up? Shadow Robert. Oh, you in Shadow, my man? Shadow and Roberts show. Don't see that show is very educational. You know, one of her programs where she educating mothers that living in denial, where the husband tampering with the children, the girls' children, and they're not saying anything. And these are some of the things that a lot of people goes through. There's another lady they killed, I think in Minnesota. This guy was messing with this woman's daughter from all the way Liberia. Yes. And her mom been telling her. And she didn't believe it. Oh, you don't like my man and this and that. It hurts me when I see especially that photo of Henry Costa on social media where he playing with that little girl. that somebody wife, mother, sister today. You forced to take picture. You forced to take picture to put your tongue between her legs. A force. A force. These are the kind of people. If I have seen that picture before I get to know Henry Costa, I was not going to be a friend of Henry Costa. I don't hate nobody. Hello, hello is enough. That's your personal business, but you're not putting it into public life. Imagine what will happen to our children. Imagine what will happen. That's the same nonsense we got in Liberia today. They don't respect government offices. They're doing all the things they into power and they just fighting people children because they are vulnerable. Mo Ali followed that little girl because she was vulnerable. Gave her like $50, $100 and whatsoever. Vulnerable. Yeah. It's a shame. Thank you, Rebecca. How are you? How Liberia treating you? I know you enjoying the place. Yep. Hi, Comfort. Comfort, how are you, man? I told you about Vanny King. I said you can when you from the way Vanny King can make put his post you can know straight he Henry Costa follower. Alexander Cummings will never smell our presidency. No, he's not running for your presidency. He's running for president of Liberia. Another hard learning one again. Hard to learn. Dog. He's sitting down in Kosu. Look at him. Look at him. In Kosu. In Kosu. Dog. Hey, look at him. Vanny in Kosu, man. Oh. Well, he in Kosu with a t-shirt and tie. Oh no, I think I'm Manipaki guy. He updated his profile. That Vanny there, but me not Manipaki. Let me see. He look at Manipaki. No, that him. Yeah. He a blue coat, a white t-shirt, a blue or something t-shirt. You know. Anyway, I want to start. Yeah, he elaborate somebody. Yeah. Man, all the people that who put him up on comments, all the haters, they uno problem can jack come. Yeah. The uno problem can jack come the way me yeah what vanish again. Oh, it's so simple here. Hey man, how you will call Mr. Cummings criminal when the people you supporting they are the super criminals. All the money they got from government. Hey man. Hey, yeah. People hard to learn. People hard to learn. Okay, send me the invitation. I will be there. Okay, June 11. June 11, June 11. June 1st is my birthday. June 1st is my birthday. Yeah. Listen, I would love to be there. How long from here to Philadelphia? It's just few. Oh, I see the person who saw Bleedy. Let me see. No, Mr. Cummings sleeping with you. Mr. Cummings sleeping with you, Vanny King. Yeah. Mr. Cummings sleeping with you, Vanny King. You know, I think Vanny King is a bot ball. No, Vanny, you already a bot ball. Even your name, King. The King name is a slave name. The King is not even a good name, my brother. Please, I beg you. Yeah. You are a bot ball. Vanny King is a bot ball. The pussy. Vanny King is a bot ball, my man. Your man a bot ball. Yeah. So you look at let me see. Look at the guy sitting like a real look at him. He got a t-shirt, white collar t-shirt, and put a leg coat. Yeah, what you expect, country boy? Hmm. It is a shame. It is a shame, man. You know. What do you expect for Vanny? Vanny, that hustling kid. You can't, you might worry about him.
Have proposed a course. Carrasco, when I was getting married, everybody said 1 month I would divorce. Friends and family. But they didn't know me. They only know the manner, the posture there. They had but they don't control my heart. So they didn't know me.
Okay, guys, I'm done. I just trying to wrap up the comments. Oh, June 1st. Okay, you see, good people in June 1st, man. Y'all make sure y'all get my birthday gift. Oh. Vanny King, get my birthday gift, yeah, Mr. Bodball. Mr. Bodball. Vanny King. Don't forget to get my birthday. You faggy. Vanny King is a faggy kid. What you expect from him? You're a faggy little kid, Vanny King. This is a fake page. This is Vanny King profile, and I see my name. Vanny King follow me religiously. Born November 1st, 1984. All right, Vanny. You know your page can be suspended with all your nonsense you've been putting here. I'm going to screenshot and complain every word that you put up here today. So Vanny, they will block your page. They will suspend you. So don't worry. It's already gone through because I screenshot everything. You use the word gay, you on your own, but brother. They will suspend your page. They will suspend his page. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I will be on tomorrow. And I noticed something on Sunday on Who is Coming, Who is ABC. And apparently my phone was off. My phone, the volume was low. And it looked like I never saw nothing coming through until after the show. And I saw all the missed calls. So I'll make sure that I turn my ringer on. So I'm sorry, but don't forget Sunday, Who is Coming, every Sunday at 3 p.m. And everybody wins. Yeah. So have a good day and God bless you. I'm going to just close up with Ure Lies. Let me get some more video for that. Ure Lies. Ure.
Not going to change. Joe Walker has no fresh ideas. Joe Walker is not able to run this country. He's a dead man walking. He's a dead man walking, and I cannot support a dead man walking. So Joe Walker did not condemn tribalism because Joe Walker is a sadistic, unrepentant, unapologetic, tribalistic old man. That is what Joe Walker is, and that is the only thing Joe Walker knows how to do because he exploits tribalism. So, well, I just...
We bring you greetings from the All Liberian Party. Firstly, we want to use this opportunity to congratulate Honorable Alexander Benedict Cummings for his stewardship of the collaboration over the past 8 months. Mr. Cummings, we at the All Liberian Party want to seize this opportunity to congratulate you for what we believe was a job well done. And it was very difficult to control 4 political parties, all having ambition, all wanting positions, and all with diversity of views. And we want to use this occasion not only to congratulate you, Mr. Cummings, but to recognize your style of leadership, always calm and collected. Even when you are being attacked, you still exhibit that. So we want to congratulate you. We bring you greetings from the All Liberian Party. Firstly, we want to use this opportunity to congratulate Honorable Alexander Benedict Cummings for his stewardship of the collaboration over the past 8 months. Mr. Cummings, we at the and collected. Even when you are being attacked, you still exhibit that. So we want to congratulate you.
tribalism because Joe Walker is a sadistic, unrepentant, unapologetic, tribalistic old man. That is what Joe Walker is, and that is the only thing Joe Walker knows how to do because he exploits tribalism. So, well, I say, I'm
not going to change. Joe Walker has no fresh ideas. Joe Walker is not able to run this country. He's a dead man walking. He's a dead man walking, and I cannot support a dead man walking. I'm talking with some of my key people, and the way I think we can do it that would be guaranteed and something that will give you confidence from your side is that we engage the body. That way, whatever decision is made, it will not be me alone. Yeah. So we engage the body, and that means, and the way to do it is the government invites us to a discussion, June 7th. There's nothing wrong with the government reaching out to its citizens. In fact, it makes the government look. I have built the consensus for us to go to the table. So let the government officially invite us to the table, go to the table. So I mean, anything that's agreed upon there, it will not be a Henry Costa alone thing. But the guys are definitely open to the discussion. That's what I've done. So tell your people if they genuinely want to engage. Yeah, but I'm saying, but you are concerned about guarantees. Where the guarantee is to engage the body, and I have already begun to build a consensus with the body, and then it makes the government look good. It reaches out to its citizens, as it did on June 7th. So COP, they're not party, no party involved. In fact, no party will be at the discussion table. So let the government engage with its citizens, not political party. The government issue a stake.
And submitted to next sources. As of today, we signed
the discussion. I'm being honest with y'all. Then we'll bring our people to the table. I'm not worried on that. Without that, I cannot, I don't want anything without that, is what I want to happen. Then we can begin to prepare the minds of our people that they must give dialogue a chance. I can wear behind the scene now. The government issue a stake. It cannot come from a mail like Fagon. Go tell your people.
Look, we signed a framework document. May 19th, the framework document was signed. Copies of that document should have been forwarded to each political party, because there were 5 copies we signed, one for each political party and one to be taken to NEC. As of today's date, we have not received our copies of the framework document. I was informed by somebody in NEC that the document that was submitted to NEC was a photocopy of all of my sources in this whole process. It's a funny television show that people go on and make all kinds of remarks about people. And I was informed by somebody in NEC that the document that was submitted to NEC was a photocopy of
You notice, and I know I say I'm done already. You can tell when Costa is lying and Mr. Ure is lying, they stutter. He said he was informed by someone in NEC, but actually he got his source from a television show. This, I'm showing this video to you so you will understand. This is the man who said he don't have the document. The 5 copies that were signed and was taken to Mr. Cummings. According to Mo Ari today in his testimony, it was given to a luscious store. But that 5 documents was not presented. That was not the document given to NEC. The one given to NEC was the amended copies. So that document never reached the doorsteps of NEC. It stopped right with the lawyers, and the lawyers did the amendment. But you're listening to, you know, when you can steal, you can steal. Criminal would never hide it. Monkey would never hide a black hand. Anyway.
Turn on my television one evening, and I heard people quoting things from the framework document. that nobody will be able to leave. And even if you leave, you will not be able to fuel a candidate into the elections. I was informed by somebody in NEC that the document that was submitted to NEC was a photocopy. Then that morning, I called my chairman and I told him I wanted a copy of all the framework documents that he had.
Now, this is the man who said, I don't have the copy. But then when I saw that copy, I called my chairman and he said, give me a copy of all the framework documents. What do you mean by all the framework documents? The draft, the what, I don't know. They think we're stupid. They think Liberians are not smart people. They think Liberians are not smart. But this will haunt him, his children. They will never be trusted or to give them any public office. I see why you and George we are cussing up. Yeah.
He immediately forwarded them to me. I called Liberty Party's vice chair. I wanted his copy of all the framework documents, that he had in his possession. And both of them, forwarded.
Okay, let's see this. How many framework documents that Mr. Ure is talking about? Mr. Ure said the sound one is the 5 copies that was supposed to go to NEC and 1 go to them. But he asked the man, bring all the framework document in your possession. So how many framework documents that was there? How many? The question, how many? You didn't listen to themselves. When they get on social media, they think, they say, oh, I said something yesterday, I got to continue. 5 copies were signed. But the 5 copies was not given to NEC. That document was not submitted to NEC. Why? Because it was done by the lawyers. You understand? So let me say this. Let me do this. I don't want you to take my word for I'm going to hold you there and I want you to listen to this.
Not having Mr. Cummings attend the program today, I regret not having the leadership of the ANC there. I have offended anyone in the CPP. If I have done something and contributed to anything wrong, I apologize for that. Well, let me say this from what I know. We were asked to compare 3 documents.
Listen.
The document that was signed on May 19, 2020, the document that was given by the lawyers, and the one that was presented to the NEC. First, it is an agreed fact that the document that was signed on May 19, 2020 was not the document that was presented to the NEC.
Now, he said it is a agreed fact, which is honest. He was truthful. That was not the document that was submitted to NEC. That was not the document submitted to NEC. He said it at the court that they signed a copy, whether a color copy, whether a not color copy, whether they sound, they sound, that document never went to NEC. and let's listen to Mr. Ali. Don't rush him.
Truly, because the lawyers were asked to review and make recommendations.
Is there any plan to keep out Collins from the CPP, or is there any plan that you have Joseph Yuma Boyka, Ben Yure, and Yombli Kanga removing themselves from the collaboration?
The only plan I know is to further solidify the unity of the CPP is to have
a politician,
to have a strengthened CPP. What are all plan? I ain't know about.
Is that a plan that you will fight against once that hit your decks? That listen, this thing is too tough, it's too rough. We either get rid of ABC or we leave CPP. Is that a plan you can assure the Liberian people that you, Mo Ali, you're going to fight against?
Let me ask this question. If we were to run away from competition in the CPP, going to stand a competition national. Let me ask this question. If we were to run away from competition in the CPP, how are we going to stand a competition nationally? We will not. For me personally, I will go against any plan that say let's disintegrate the CPP. For me personally, I will go against any plan that say let's disintegrate the CPP. For me personally, I will go against any plan that say let's disintegrate the CPP.
Okay, you hear Mo Ali saying that personally he will go against any plan that talks about dismantling the CPP. By then he was Mo Ali. So let's go back to Ure.
Documents of me. I went through the documents and I said, wow, this is serious. Because the lawyers did do an amendment of the framework document, and they did it on our advice and consent. The amended copy, we have copies of. It still wasn't a document I will file into net. It is crystal clear to you. We did sign a framework document. 4 political parties signed a framework document. And under his leadership, he convinced us that there was a need to have lawyers look at the document and put it in legal perspective. We agreed. So the process began. The last we heard of it is we had a meeting at Liberty Party's headquarters, and the lawyers all showed up. Most of them showed up, and they brought to our attention all the major changes they made in the framework document, and they explained why, and we all concurred with the thing. Now it was left for them, for the chairman and the executive committee who were working on this document to have gone back and compiled the document. After compilation of the document should have been brought back to each political party. And the political party executive committee, we have met and approved or disapproved of the document. In the instance where all the executive committee approve of it, then the political leaders would have signed the document and the amended document and taken to next. That didn't happen. And we must work together to ensure that we don't disappoint the Liberian people.
The document itself carries May 19. The document coming submitted now, the type of the document, the date on the document is May 19. They put sign the original document on.
And this other fool don't really know actually the document was May 19. Instead, he said the document was May 25th. So you're listening to another fool. These are some of the things. But they got people that follow them. They got people that run after them because they don't think for themselves. So they think that they will use the little gift that God gave them to repent.
What? April 25th, the document coming selling. May 19 on the document.
May 19, the framework document was signed.
The document itself carries May 19th, while the notarized page carries two different dates, and the confirmation of receipt by NEC has a date that is different from the submission date. The document itself carries May 19. The document coming submitted now, the type of the document, the date on the document is May 19. They put sign the original document on what? April 25th. The document coming selling May 19 on the document.
May 19, the framework document was signed.
The day you turned over was the day the document was signed. So you could have known, by all means, you of all people should have known if such a provision was in that agreement saying that nobody can pull out, and if you pull out, you can't fill the candidate in your own party's name.
Yeah.
You would have known. But then
Definitely.
all of a sudden, you're sitting out there and you're hearing people discussing this thing on some show that nobody can take. That thing is an ironclad agreement. You're in it forever. And then you get alarmed.
Yeah.
And then you send for the copies, and then you realize this was the case. What
Henry,
then did you do?
I was informed by somebody in NEC that the document that was submitted to NEC was a photocopy of a...
So they tip you off.
Precisely. Precisely. Then I called next. And started
the National Elections Commission.
Yeah. Okay. And the question I asked is, do you have an original copy of the framework document? And I was informed, no.
I was informed by somebody in NEC that the document that was submitted to NEC was a photocopy of a...
The right to remain in any gathering, organization, or whatever it is a right given to you as a Liberian by the Constitution. And nobody can take that away. No
and
one
you can
can
leave
force
whenever
you
you
to
want to leave.
Yeah. They can't force you to leave.
That's the Constitution.
Okay, guys. Thank you. Have a good day and God bless you. Bye for now.
Come on, let them say ya. Come on, let them say ya. Daddy, my business, you catching fever. Getting serious like empty river. Ain't no stopping by the river. And as we coming, we sweeping, we cutting, we moving all the way. Yeah, yeah.
Stab 'em. Stab 'em. Stab 'em. Alexander Cummings, stab 'em. Keep on the explode. The leaders I love, the leaders I love, the ones I trust so much, they made a fool out of me. I've been praying to God every day, please give me a leader.
The oldest republic in Africa. And yet, we're one of the least developed countries on the continent, and indeed one of the least developed countries in the world. And I say to you, my fellow Liberians, we deserve a better Liberia. We need to ask ourselves some fundamental questions. Why are we where we are? Most Liberian homes don't have electricity. Most Liberian homes don't have running water. Most Liberians are unemployed. These are things we can change. These are things we should demand of ourselves and of our leaders. We, as Liberians, cannot keep doing the same things and expect different results. We cannot keep electing and selecting the same kinds of leaders with the same kinds of experiences and expect Liberia to change. We have to do many things differently, and that starts with selecting and electing new leaders who know how to create jobs, who know how to grow the economy, who will prioritize the Liberian people first before they prioritize themselves. And this is what I offer you, the Liberian people. The other universal truth that I want to share with you, my fellow Liberians, is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And again, I ask you to look at my record of job creation, of success, of managing large budgets without one penny going missing. All of these things you can look at and compare to the other candidates. And again, you will see that my past performance and past behavior is a good predictor, a good indicator that what I commit to, we will deliver. There are 5 priorities we have, and we call that the what's. And then there are 5 things we call the how we'll do it. And those priorities are as follows. Our first priority is infrastructure. Simply put, it's electricity, it's roads, it's water, and it's internet and cell phone connectivity across Liberia. We have to invest in infrastructure. That is the top priority. That's the basis on which we can and will do everything else. The second priority for us is job creation. There are too many unemployed, underemployed, and unemployable Liberians. The unemployment rate is over 85%. And therefore, job creation is our next priority, creating jobs for the Liberian people. The next priority is agriculture. We are a country that do not fear ourselves. These are things we can do for ourselves. We should be producing rice to feed ourselves. And my commitment is that by the end of my first term in office, we will be self-sufficient in rice production. And within education, we're focused on vocational training, teachers training, and adult education. But we have to educate our young people because, again, that's how we can help them create jobs. That's how we can train farmers. And so these things are all linked together. And our final priority in terms of the what's is health. Because you can have good infrastructure, you can have a good job, you can feed yourself, you can have great education, but if you don't have your health, it doesn't matter. And so health is our fifth priority, and there we're focused on primary health care and preventive health care. So those are the what's we'll do for our people, for the Liberian people. How are we going to do these things? The first how is we want to engage Liberians differently in the transformation of our country. We call this hearts and minds. How do we get all Liberians to participate in the changes that are required? We're going to use arts and music and culture and reconciliation and religion. All of these things, we will be deliberate in using these things to engage us as a people in this transformation process. And so we're doing some work on how we can make those things happen. The next how is that we're going to find the money. We have to find the resources, the money, to do all of the what's I mentioned earlier. And the way we'll find the money is, first, we'll go after waste in government. You know, we spend a lot of money on things that we don't need, or we pay too much for things that we do need. So, for example, I believe the vehicles we buy for our government officials, we spend too much money on that. We should reduce the number of vehicles, and we should buy less expensive vehicles for our government officials. We need to reduce how much they make so we can pay teachers and civil servants and police officers and the military officers and healthcare workers, people who actually do the work. We need to pay them more money and reduce the gap between those at the top and those who actually do the work. The other way we'll find the money is going after this thing called corruption. You know, corruption has been the bane of our country, is the primary reason why we are as underdeveloped as we are today. And we will aggressively go after corruption. The first thing we'll do is we will appoint a corruption czar, a minister in charge of corruption in the presidency that will coordinate all of the agencies that are meant to find corrupt officials. Secondly thing we'll do is we'll make sure we are giving the resources, the money, the right people, the right logistics to the anti-corruption agencies, the LACC, Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, the General Accounting Office, the Public Procurement and Concessions Commission. We will make sure they got the right resources to go after corrupt officials. After that, when we find people who are corrupt, we will prosecute them, we will put them in jail, and we'll seize their assets. It will not be good enough for you just to resign. Okay. So those are the things we'll do to really go after corruption. I have committed that I will not take a salary. The salary that is paid the president, I will allocate it towards helping to fight corruption. That's how important I think it is to us. And then the other way we'll find the money is we'll make sure we're getting full value, the full monies we're due from our natural resources. We'll look to exploit other natural resources so we can get the funds required to fund healthcare, to fund infrastructure, to create jobs, etc., etc. So finding the money is the second how. The next how is we want to create a government of inclusion. We want all sections of our country to be represented in the government. We want opposition political parties to be in government, because we believe that having a government inclusion will help all of us make the right decisions. It will make sure that we're spreading the resources of our country across the entire country. And then the last two hows, one is growing the private sector. We will focus on growing the private sector so Liberians can primarily benefit from that growth. No longer should Liberian business people be spectators to our economy. And we want to actively support Liberianization and encourage and provide credit and other facilities to Liberian businesses so they can participate. And last but not least, we will use technology. We'll leverage technology to help us achieve our goals. So those are the what's and the hows. But let me end by leaving you again with these two universal truths. One is we cannot keep doing the same things, my people, and expect different results. We cannot keep electing the same people with the same experiences and expect Liberia to change. We need to elect and select different people to lead us, to serve us, to help us manage and run our country. And the other universal truth is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And on those two counts, I believe I stand head and shoulders above the other candidates expiring. Together, we will change Liberia for the benefit of all Liberians. We will transform our country. We will give us a new start, a fresh start, so that all of us can benefit from this country we love. I thank you. God bless you. God bless the Republic of Liberia.
Chicken necro for day.